Welcome to this very special presentation of Reindeer and Reindeer, a Ketchikan holiday celebration. Thank you for joining us. The raindrops are starting to mix with snowflakes, and the days are getting short, and the nights are getting cold. Holidays in Ketchikan are always something special, and this year our celebration is a bit different. Whatever the weather and no matter what is happening around us, we will always find ways to share the joy and spread the magic of the holiday season. We do this because we know that the best thing to do in darkness is to reach out and turn on the lights. And tonight, we're lighting the Ketchikan Christmas tree. Enjoy.
off the red-nosed reindeer that went shining gold, and it gives a song. He would even say it glowed. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him mean. They never let poor Rudolph go on any reindeer game. And then by Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, put off with your nose so bright, won't you drive much late tonight? Now they get up, and they shout out with glee, put off the red-nosed reindeer, just like history. And one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, put off with your nose so bright, won't you guide us late tonight? Now reindeer love him, and they shouted out with glee, put off the red-nosed reindeer, and go down in history.
Morgan, one of my favorite things during the holidays is to make Christmas cookies.
I know, it's absolutely one of the best things about the holidays. You get to spend time with people you care about and you get to make something delicious.
Exactly. So one of the things that's important to me when I make holiday cookies is to make it simple and something easy you can do with the kids that doesn't have too many ingredients.
Definitely.
I thought today we'd have some fun and make Santa hats on cookies.
What? That sounds amazing. Let's do it.
All right, cool. So if you can hand me that cookie dough.
All right.
I have some store-bought sugar cookie dough and I have some chocolate chip.
Ooh, yeah.
Today we'll use the sugar cookie.
I just want to take a big bite out of it.
I know, keep your jaws away.
I'll restrain myself.
We're gonna first cut this into slices. Okay, and then you're gonna cut it in half again. I'll just
Okay.
use my hand to tear it. And this is something fun to do with the kids. You're gonna cut it in half if you'd like to do
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
And then you're gonna roll half of it into a ball.
And we're doing this with impeccably clean hands right now.
Yes, pre-washed hands, everything is fresh and sanitized. Okay. You're gonna
Alright.
roll the dough into balls. There we go. There we go. Here's a half for you.
Thank you. Look at that teamwork.
Yeah. All right, great. And then you simply just want to bake these at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. So I think we have
the
a pan
tray
ready
right
to go here.
All right. And about how far do we want to space these, do you think?
Usually I do rows of, I want to keep a couple of inches from the edge. There we go.
All right. Yeah.
Let's do rows of 3.
That sounds good. All right.
That should be fine.
We'll just do 6 on this pan.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Great. And then you want to bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes, just until you see it flattens out and it's nice and crispy and gold on the edge.
Awesome. That sounds great.
And we have the oven all warmed up.
Okay.
We'll just
I'll pop it in for you.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Done.
Easy as that.
That's it. So while the cookies are baking in the oven, you've got 10 minutes to kill, let's say. You also want to take them out. You want to cool them for about 10 minutes on a cooling rack. So while you're waiting, you have time to kill. Let's make the frosting that's going to make the Santa hats.
Fantastic.
All
This
right.
looks like we're getting serious.
Exactly. So you want to take some marshmallow cream. So let's, there. Great. Take some marshmallow cream and mix it in there. Yeah, look at all that.
Oh, that looks delicious.
You can't have Christmas cookies without marshmallows. You just can't.
I mean, every holiday is better if there's marshmallows.
Yes. And then you want to mix in some butter along with it. So do you want
Alright.
to,
I'll
I will
drop that
start
in there.
mixing the mixer.
We want to put the butter in with the marshmallow cream right away.
Yeah, I'll get it started. There we go,
Oh,
perfect.
All right.
There we go. And you just want to beat this on medium
Nobody
until
saw that.
everything is blended. Okay, and then the next step is you want to add about 2.5 cups of powdered sugar.
All right,
So
I've
if
got that
you wanna-
right here.
This is always the fun part for kids because like it starts to kind of fly up out of there. And
Yeah, I can see that if you did this pretty fast, it would look like a winter wonderland in here.
it really would. It really would. And I'll just help it out by mixing it around with a spatula. Okay. And there we go. The sugar cloud has begun.
All right.
Okay. And now, while you're adding the powdered sugar, I'm going to add a couple of drops of red food dye.
Okay.
Food coloring. Yeah. I think that's just about enough sugar.
All right.
Yeah. So you want to beat this until it's a nice red color, right? Christmas red. We all know that
Yeah.
color.
Right now we've got bubblegum pink.
We
gonna
got
go through the
bubblegum pink. I think
stages.
we could use a little bit more food coloring. What do you think?
Probably.
Just keep dropping it in there until you get the color you like. There we go.
We can test it against the hat, see if it's the right Santa hat
Can
color.
we do the hat test?
Yeah.
See how it looks? There we go. I think another drop or two. and
Yeah,
then-
probably. We've got a little bit of a cotton candy thing going on right now.
Right?
Ooh, now we're getting there.
Great.
This would be so much fun for kids to watch it change colors.
Yeah.
It's like a science project.
You know, I feel like more things need food coloring in my life.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
don't use it enough, I really don't. Okay. So once you have it sufficiently beaten, you're gonna take it out and you're gonna put them into a piping bag.
Okay.
Now, I happen to have a baking piping bag. However, if you don't have one, it's totally fine. You don't need to have the fancy equipment, even if you don't have a mixer. That's totally fine. You can just mix it up together with a whisk or with, just a spatula, whatever you have. So if you don't have a piping bag, what you can simply do is you can take a pair of scissors and you can cut the corner.
Oh, that's great.
And then you can just add the marshmallow cream into the bag, squeeze it, and it will come out the corner.
Fantastic.
So just to let people know, it's not super important to have a professional piping bag. So the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna take the marshmallow and we're gonna put it inside of the piping bag,
Okay.
and then we'll put them on top of the cookies.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, great. And you can see this is a lovely light red color. Oh,
Those look great.
these cookies look good. We'll let it cool.
We'll let them cool on the pan and then move them to the rack. They're a little bit soft right now.
Exactly. You let them cool for a minute on the pan and then move them to the cookie,
Yes.
as you said.
Yes.
So meanwhile, looks like we filled up this piping bag pretty good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what I usually do is I just fold the top. You want to squeeze everything on down to the bottom. Just squeeze it down. There we go. And the little top parts will come out. That's all right. No big deal. And there you go. Okay. Shall we try the cookies again?
Let's see.
Give it a cookie test?
Yeah, I think we can do a cookie test now. One of these Santa hats is going to be a little oblong, but that's okay.
That's okay. We like all shapes and sizes on this show.
Yes, exactly. There we go. That's how it's
Wow.
supposed to go.
There you go. And I should mention that when I baked these cookies, I baked them on an ungreased cookie sheet.
Yes.
So you really don't need to spray it or put butter or anything. It works very well on a non-stick sheet.
Yeah, they're coming right off. There we go.
Fabulous.
There's plenty of butter in the cookies themselves, so.
There we go.
There we go.
Great.
Gorgeous.
So what I'm gonna do, just like that, take your cookie,
All right.
okay?
I'm gonna watch you. You are my teacher.
Okay. And you just start to pipe a hat shape right onto the cookie. There we go. Just like a Santa hat. We go into the center. Okay, another second. Give it another layer.
Look at all that delicious marshmallow fluff.
There we go.
Yeah.
So that's a hat shape. And what you can do is you can take marshmallows and use that just as the tip of the hat. So you just pop that on there. Great.
There we go.
And then we can sprinkle. You can either use green, white, whatever color you want. I'm gonna give it a white edge.
Awesome.
So I'm just gonna put a few of those in my hand.
And this is where you can get really creative with this. Your Santa hat can look however you want it to look.
You know, that's the beauty. And you can have kids grab their little pieces and sprinkle them on. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just sprinkle that on the edge. A little bit more. Would you like to have
Oh, I'd love to
sprinkling?
sprinkle, yes.
Trying to keep it just at the tip so it looks like a little fur around the edge of the hat.
That
Perfect.
classic Santa hat look.
Exactly. Is there a classic Santa hat look?
I mean,
Kind of like the one you're wearing.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. For inspiration. There we go.
Wonderful.
That is just too cute.
And there you go. You just keep repeating that over and over onto each cookie, and voila, you have Santa cookies.
Those are fantastic. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Abby.
Yeah, thank you, Morgan. Well, that looks great. Oh, see, you're a Santa hat pro.
I learned everything from you.
So now we are finished. We have our Santa hat cookies with the delicious marshmallow cream, sugar cookies, easy to make. That took what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes
Yeah,
tops?
seriously. It's super simple. You make the frosting while you're baking the cookies, and yeah, you have something really cute and festive that everybody will enjoy.
Yes, exactly. So Morgan, I heard that you have a nice simple Christmas cookie that we could make as well.
Yeah, this is about as easy as it gets. We only need what you see here. We've got oats, we've got peanut butter, and we've got chocolate chips.
I love all three of those things.
I know, if you put them all together, it can't taste bad.
Okay.
So basically all we're gonna have to do is we're going to pop the chips in the microwave, melt them, and I'm gonna get the peanut butter melted in the microwave too.
Wow.
And then we're gonna mix that all together, put the oats in, and we'll have our batter.
Sounds
So
delicious.
I'm gonna go pop this in the microwave super fast. And you wanna do this in like 10-second increments. You just want it to start melting. You don't wanna have to deal with burning chocolate.
Okay,
Nobody
so you
likes
don't
that.
want like milk chocolate completely melted. You want it just a little bit soft.
I mean,
melted.
when you stir it, the chips will start to melt and they'll start to get into that chocolate sauce state. Yeah, we'll do another 10 seconds. And if you wanted to be fancy, you could do this on a double boiler, but microwaves make it a lot easier.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And we're starting to get a little melty, but we're gonna do another, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do 15 seconds this
Wild
time.
and crazy. Wild and crazy.
These are starting to get soft. Let's see. Oh yeah.
I'm ready for some melted chocolate.
All right. That's melted by anyone's definition.
Is it important to begin stirring in the ingredients pretty close to when the chocolate is melting? Do we have to worry if it starts to harden again, or?
If it does, we can this is a plastic bowl, so we can probably pop it back in the microwave. The chocolate should stay liquid for the 20 seconds it's gonna take. Actually, if you wanna pop that into the microwave for
I would
about
love
20 seconds, that would be great.
Your Christmas elf is happy to do it.
Thank you, you're the best Christmas elf. Don't tell the other elves that I said that.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so we're gonna get our chocolate in there. And I'm not being too careful with the measurements here.
Okay.
You just want about the same amount of chocolate as peanut butter.
Okay.
And then a little bit more oats.
So how much would you say we're doing?
So it's about a half cup of chocolate chips, about a half cup of peanut butter, and then a cup and a half of oats.
Got it.
All right. Let's see if our peanut butter is soft. Yeah, that's soft. Look at that jiggle. All right. So we're gonna get the peanut butter into the party with those chocolate chips. Great. And just get all that in there.
Nice and melted peanut butter.
Oh yeah, peanut butter and chocolate are just really good
They go
friends.
together so well.
You wanna give that a mix?
Yeah, I would
Thank
love to.
you.
Now this is also a gluten-free recipe, am I correct?
It is. I'm using gluten-free oats. That's the thing that you have to look for is the bag of oats will say gluten-free. It's also dairy-free as long as you use dairy-free chocolate.
Okay.
And it doesn't have any eggs in it. So this
That's
is really
great.
great. And if you had someone who has a peanut allergy, I'm sure you could use sunflower butter, something like that. So it's really a very adaptable recipe. It's pretty hard to go wrong with this one.
Would you say that's mixed well enough?
Oh yeah, that's beautifully mixed.
Okay, great.
You must be a professional.
What can I say? Us elves, we get around with multi-talents.
All right, I'm gonna start putting those oats in there.
Great.
And we just really wanna get all of the oats covered in the chocolate and the peanut butter.
Okay, so just keep mixing it till it's really in there.
And I'm just gonna pour the rest of those in there. And like I said, the proportions of this, as long as you're getting more oats than the chocolate and the peanut butter, when you mix it together, you'll start to know, yeah, that's enough oats. If it looks like a dough that could be formed, we might have to let it sit for a second since the chocolate and the peanut butter are warm still.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't want to handle it when it's still really sticky.
Okay.
But if you want to, we can let it sit for a minute or two. And
Let's let it sit and let the oats absorb.
yes, exactly. That's gorgeous.
Great. Same way you would simmer oatmeal when you're cooking it.
Exactly. The oats will soak up the peanut butter and they'll soak up the chocolate and everything will just meld together.
I
really
love a
nicely.
good no-bake cookie. I mean, you don't have to deal with the oven and the pans, especially when you're with kids, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no hot things, there's no sharp things. This is a great recipe to do with even really little kids because they get to get their hands in there, they can make the balls for the cookies, and you can eat it straight out of the bowl. So you don't have to worry about kids eating eggs or anything that they shouldn't be.
I'm gonna ask you a very important question.
Yes.
What is your favorite dessert at Christmas?
Oh, that's a hard one. There's a Scandinavian Christmas bread that's called julekaka. It literally means Christmas cake. And it's kind of like a fruit cake, but it's more bready. And it has lots of dried fruit, it has caraway, it has cardamom, and it is so good. Like, I only make it at Christmas time, but you slice it up, you toast it on Christmas morning, and it tastes like Christmas to me.
Well, thank you for teaching me about that. I have not heard of that, and I will definitely look it up and maybe give it a try for Christmas.
I'll bring some by for you.
Yeah. Okay, so how are we looking on the oats?
We're looking pretty solid here. So
Do you want to let it sit for a little longer? Or is
yeah,
it...
we might want to pop it into a refrigerator just to let it firm up a bit because we're going to be rolling this between our hands, and right now it looks like we'll probably just end up with chocolate all over our hands.
Okay.
So I'm going to go pop this in the fridge. All right, this looks like it is set up enough for us to form the cookies.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see it's
Yeah.
a lot more of a solid shape.
It's thick now. So all we need to do
Okay.
is you just get a little ball of cookie dough
Okay.
and you roll it between your hands
Ooh, we're getting our hands dirty
and
again.
then you press it flat.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all it takes. So
Roll my sleeves up for this one.
probably a good idea.
Okay.
Alrighty. So there's that. You can take a little ball of cookie dough. And
How big do you want the ball?
I mean, we should probably make them a consistent size, but
Okay.
this probably is too small.
Okay.
All right.
Does that look about right?
That looks great.
Okay, and then I mush it into like a patty, right?
Yeah, make it into a little patty.
Great.
Follow your heart. And we mush them. And then these are gonna go back in the freezer until they're nice and set up.
How long do you think that takes?
Oh, probably like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, get your hands in there.
Great. And can people put maybe like some sprinkles on
Ooh,
them?
yeah, sprinkles. You could put more chocolate chips on top if you just wanted to go extra chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah, festive sprinkles, chopped nuts if you wanted to do that, like pecans or more peanuts. That would be great.
Love that.
Um,
And it's important the shape of the plate that you are putting the cookies onto to put into the freezer, right?
I mean, if you want your cookies all to be flat, you're gonna wanna put them either onto a really flat plate or a baking tray. But if you don't really care, if you just want a cookie-shaped cookie and it doesn't matter if it has a little bend to it, it doesn't matter if there's like a little lip on the plate.
Okay, just some sort of a flat surface.
Yeah, exactly. And if we wanted to be fancy, we could put these on parchment paper or something like that, wax paper, to make them easy to pick up. But I don't think we're gonna have any problems with these.
I think I'm making mine smaller than yours, so I'm gonna have to, you know what?
They're bite-sized, that's fine.
I like your idea, just getting your hand in there and scraping it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the beauty of these. Like, it's very hard to mess these up. Even if you don't cook very much, even if you're not a baker, these are a Christmas cookie that you can make regardless.
I love that feeling when you put your hand in the bowl,
Oh,
you scrape it.
yeah. I mean, I think it gets back to all of our pastimes as kids of making mud pies.
Yes, that's what it feels like. It feels like we're making a mud pie.
I mean,
A
honestly,
very edible, delicious one.
yeah, I would have imagined that a mud pie tasted like chocolate and peanut butter when I was a kid. So,
All right.
and yeah,
There you go.
these can be any shape you want. And I mean, when you're baking cookies, you want to make sure that they're uniform so that they all bake at the same time. But with these, it doesn't really matter. They can be whatever you want them to be.
Wonderful. Morgan, thank you so much for swapping cookie recipes with me today. This looks delicious.
Doesn't it though? It's fantastic to get to spend time with friends and family and do something that is really meaningful and build traditions for the future.
Well, we've got eggnog, we've got cookies. I'm ready for a happy Christmas.
Me too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas from the Misty Thistle Pipes and Drums. Ho, ho! Now for a little Scottish Christmas fare. Jane? Okay. All right. Quick, march. And now for a Ketchikan Christmas story. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the borough few creatures were stirring, if we're being thorough. The harbor seals dozed down under the docks, and the sea lions, too, out on the wet rocks. The deer softly nestled in bracken fern beds, while sweet dreams of spring greens danced in their heads. The bears in the mountains with the high snowy caps had settled in months ago for their long winter's naps. At the Ketchikan airport, the runway lights glowed like a Christmas tree on a steroid overload. The marshalers dozed in the break room, awaiting the last flight of the night and their schedule rotating. When out on the tarmac there arose such a ruckus, they awoke and leapt up to see what the fuss was. They threw on their coats, and to the side door they dashed, so quickly that into each other they crashed. Then out into the darkness these fellows they peered, and caught wondering sight of 8 soggy reindeer. The moon was well hidden by the clouds and the rain, but what the runway lights lit was far from mundane. A little old driver in a heavy red Mack jumped from the sleigh nimbly and sloshed round the back. The whole gosh darned setup was so perfectly gnomic, they knew right away that this guy was Saint Nick. They approached with some deference for his age and his plight. "Mr. Santa, sir, how can we help you tonight?" The spry little elf looked those boys up and down. "If you want to help, you can find me a ride into town. My reindeer can't navigate in this drizzle and murk, and it's Rudolph's day off, so we just made it work. But Ketchikan, wow, you're on the record as rainy, but I wasn't prepared for just how much, plainly." A quick radio call to security proved that the night guard was there, and her pickup truck, too. "Sure, I'll take him round town for deliveries," she said, "if it means I'll be home soon, warm and dry in my bed." So into her beat-up blue pickup they packed the small storied saint and his massive gift sack. The guys on the ferry were made well aware, and Santa himself paid the $12 fare. "So who's first, Mr. Nicholas?" the night guard inquired. "Let's make it fast, too, or I might just get fired." "Don't worry, my dear, you'll be back 'fore you're missed," he replied as he cheerily shook out his list. "To Jefferson, Madison, 3rd, 4th, and Front, down Tongass and Stedman, Fairview and Deermont, up to Sunset and Pond Reef, D-Loop and Cranberry, then south to Buggies, Killer Whale, Roosevelt, and Old Dairy." From Settlers Cove in the north to the end of the road, the night guard chauffeured Santa and his payload. Magic propelled them along instead of diesel or gas, and the trooper waved cheerily as he let the truck pass. Then, back on the ferry, back in the chill. The reindeer and sleigh were in an empty plane hangar, dry and fed on fresh popcorn and happy to linger. But St. Nick had many more stops before dawn, so he leapt into the sleigh with a wave and a yawn. "Thanks for your help, folks!" And then, as he flew out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all, good night."
thank you for sharing your evening with us. As family, friends, and neighbors, we're connected through the love we have for each other and the special feeling of magic that's all around us at this time of year. We hope you carry that feeling in your hearts and homes always. We wish you a happy and safe holiday season and a joyous new year.